My friends, hello and welcome to a special bonus GoldenEye SpeedLore. That's right, tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently. You know, many of the past years, 2015, 16, 17, I've done an end-of-year stream examining some of the best world records set in the year. And we didn't do one for 2018. And throughout this year, 2019, I've had numerous people ask me about it. You know, are you going to do the 2018 recap stream? When's the 2018 recap stream? And everyone seemed to say that it was never too late to do it. So I made it a Patreon goal, which, you know, we went over and under a few times. And here we are, 10 months later. I figured tonight is the night. You know, any later, we'd be in 2020. So here is a SpeedLore on the 16 Untied World Records set in 2018 with a few other interesting videos mixed in. So, let's get started. Here's the beautiful list of 16 Untied World Records that were set in 2018. And let's just start going down the list. We'll start by watching this amazing run by Henrik Norgren. Train 00148. He says, I am a legend. This was the first Untied record of 2018. Let's take a look. And I mean, this is pretty much a perfect run. I mean, on a level like this, you're never going to get a perfect run. Because it's so, there's like a back boost, because it's so chaotic and so insane. But, you know, there's another back boost. But I mean, it's an Untied record, and it's still untied almost 2 years later now. Because it's as perfect as you're going to hope to get on Train 00 Agent. And Henrik's obviously using the PAL version of the game, because that's the advantaged one on... wow, that was pretty insane. PAL runs smoother on Train. On the leggy levels, PAL seems to run more smoothly. Pretty good stuff there. Eliminating Ormov and then coming back and finishing off that guard real quick. And like those locks are just pretty amazing. So now he's going to get out of here. As long as he gets out fast enough, he probably had like 2 or 3 seconds to spare even. He can come out here and he just has to chill. I think he has a good amount of health too. I think he's not like at risk of death, which is good. You get really nervous if you're on a PB run sitting out here and you're like, oh my god, I could die soon. One shot and I'm dead. Because these guards, he's firing at guards down the way. They do hit you every now and then. You can see the... while he's shooting, the decimal timer in the bottom there is moving like a tenth at a time. So he's moving roughly he's moving 10 frames per second, basically, which is pretty low. And he knows he has to leave the end of the train around, like, I think it's 9.5. Let's see what he does. 8.8 to be really, really fast. Fade out at 5.37. And he'll, run on to the end. 00 Agent 148, a really insane time. I mean, think about it, beating both Ace and Mark. It's pretty remarkable. He had 150 before this and skipped to 148. Pretty good stuff. Only a few days earlier, he had gotten this, about a week before he got Train Secret Agent 123. Pretty similar stuff. But you don't have to wait as long in the outside, because Natalia has one fewer objective to complete, just to hack one less objective. And so you can leave when the last objective, D, completes, and you leave at like 28, maybe 33 seconds, and it fades out at 28. I think that's right. We'll see it here. And this run's even faster. You see, like, no back boost. This one is a much faster run. Yeah, Dynamics DJ. So she only starts checking to see if you've left after, like, a certain time after you've killed Ormov. So if you can do the locks fast enough and get outside fast enough, she doesn't think you've left yet. And so she keeps... as long as, like, that good luck with the floor, James, is still up, you're pretty close to getting it. I don't know the exact number of frames or time, but you just have to do the locks fast enough. And Natalia will stay inside and hack away. And this was discovered by Henrik in 2006. So it's fitting that he got these records on the level. Yeah, and so now he's going to, instead of leaving at like 8 seconds, he's going to leave at like 33 seconds. Fades out at like 30. Wow. And in the fade, she completed Objective D, she found the password. Or that he's going to Cuba or something, and there you go, 123. So that put him at that was his first of the train records at that moment in time there. Locate, yeah, so Objective C is what you're waiting to complete. Locate Yanis' secret base. And then on 00, you also need the password. Crack Boris's password. That's the extra objective, so there's the time difference. 123 is faster than 148. You can see that because on the Secret Agent run, it fades out at 30.7. On the Double Agent run, it fades out at 5.3. Ooh, you know what? They're actually, like, pretty even then. It's a 25-second difference. And that 148 and 123 is a 25-second difference. So that's actually really, really insane that 148 is that good. Clearly, like, lower is technically possible, but it's super unlikely. As we can see here that on the train rankings, Henrik now has the 300 points, he has all the records. Tied marks 57, has the Secret Agent tie, and the 00 Untied. And we'll watch the train Agent 57, that was also done last year in 2018, April 2018. And this tied Rutsu's train 57, which at the time I believe was the longest standing Untied. And is a pretty insane one. And it would have been an even longer staying Untied if Mark himself didn't lower the record. So that's pretty crazy too. And this one's like faster than either the 148 or the 123. He's just literally running through the entire thing. And on this one, he doesn't have to wait for Natalia, so he doesn't have to kill Ormov. He can just run in there and do the locks. So you can see there's a very slight hesitation there for the guards to come out. It's pretty hard to say that could ever be fully optimized. But like, and those two locks, like if he hit them on the initial run through, maybe that's 56 seconds, maybe even 55. And I think most people kind of agree 55 is possible. Like in theory, but it's like, you know, one of those insane things. That's almost never going to happen. Yeah, Mark had this Untied for 7 years. November 2011, he got 58. And then May 2015, he got 57. And 57 was Untied for about 3 years until Henrik came along and tied it. So really, really impressive stuff by Henrik. And I would say that's a pretty fine way to start the year. Yeah, if you if you take a look here, you'll see that Rutsu had the train Untied from 59 even. So from New Year's Eve 2010, Rutsu had the train Untied all the way until Henrik did it April 2018. So that's like a full 7.5 years. Stunning. Simply stunning. Great start to 2018. Set off on an amazing tone. Well, what was the next Untied? It didn't come that much later. It was Egypt 44 by Karl Jobst. Now, I did the Egypt SpeedLore not too long ago, so I won't spend too much time on the Egypt Untieds. It's a really, really good run. To me, if I had to go for Egypt 54, it's like, would be my equivalent of you know, poor Sisyphus rolling the rock up the hill for it to only roll down once he reaches the peak and have to do it all over again eternally. Like, that's what playing Egypt is like to me. But there you go, that insane warp and shot, Karl got really, really good at that, which helped him get 44. Plus using 2.2 control style. He just has a perfect run with pretty much the modern innovations He didn't use the tile warp, which I do detail in the Egypt SpeedLore episode, but other than that, pretty damn solid run. Perfect Baron deaths. 2.x control style. That insane door warp must save close to a full second, maybe a full second. And that's, putting it all together, is what got 44. I would never want to go for 44. It would just be horrific for me. And we'll see more 44s come up. But yeah, that was Carl's first Agent Untied of the year. And he just previously had 2 Agent Untieds, late 2017. Dam 52 and Archives 15. Pretty amazing times. So this is Carl continuing his epic rise and amazing conquest of Untied World Records. And only a few weeks later, at the end of February, he would get this Depot Double Agent 46. Many will remember that I was going for it, and I failed at getting it, and I actually stopped streaming because of it, largely. And it's kind of weird, like, I just decided when I was playing it that, like, I didn't care to play it anymore. I don't know, I was playing Depot Double O, going for 46, because my 39 had been tied. I wanted another Untied. I couldn't get it. And I was just like, you know what, this is a waste of time. It's weird. Yeah, it was just something struck me. And what's really insane is I haven't played GoldenEye speedrunning since then, February 2018. It's almost coming up on 2 years, more than a year and a half now. I played like Streets, Double O, one stream, you guys saw that in June. So, yeah, Depot just killed me. Just ended my speedrunning career, I suppose. And Carl picked up where I left off and went on and got this amazing speedrun.
Western stuff.
These punk rockers aren't like rocket scientists.
Wait, what's that thing? Alert box, wait.
I got a really bad boost into the table then.
He had a good strat there at Objective B. He came up with that on his own. Very, very clean ammo dump. That's a tough part on Double O with the 2.4 control style. Hitting that train shot's almost impossible in Double O Agent. He just put together a clean run. Nice. I hadn't noticed that.
Oh!
That evasion of the guard there was pretty cool.
Oh! Yes!
Did you get a time?
Oh, champion! I am champion! Number 1! Yes! Yes!
Very loud, Vic.
Huh?
Congrats. This is the first time ever I'm here when you've got a time.
Huh?
This is the first time ever I'm here when you get a good time. Lift me up.
God. Good. I am good. Holy sh**.
Check off.
Dude. What a champion.
Didn't even see that coming, have you?
No one saw it coming.
Ralph literally just missed it, hey?
You did. Oh,
Dual champ guaranteed in 2018. I mean, at the time, that wasn't a bad prediction, and it's kind of crazy it didn't happen in the end. But based on how well Carl was playing, you would have thought it very well could have happened.
yes. Very good.
How sweet. And, I mean, what's kind of funny is that, like, Carl would get comments on his Dam 52 and Archives 15, like, oh, you know, loser, virgin, like, and meanwhile, like, 1 or 2 records later, he's, like, literally sitting with his wife. I mean, what's even funnier on those previous Dam 52 and Archives 15 is that his wife, the lovely Doris, comes into the room and celebrates with him afterwards. And people don't even like watch that long into the video and still like call him all these things in the comments. Commenters on when stuff goes viral, especially, and you reach non-endemic people, that's when the comments get wild. So, anyways, Carl got Depot 0046, really amazing time. It's still untied today, as you can see here. 13 people have 47. 12 people have 47. So, yeah, 46 is still untied, which is kind of hard. In a way, it's hard to believe, but it's like, it's not a very fun time to play for. So you can see why it's untied that way. And oftentimes when I would get beat to getting records, I would like feel pretty bad about it. Like when Ace beat me to Bunker 1 102, I felt pretty bad. And Carl, only like a year later, asked me like, man, we never talked about Depot 46. Like, how did that feel when I got it after you couldn't get it for a month? You know, that's the way I phrase that sounds kind of rude. It wasn't at all. It was like we're just having a chill conversation. And I was like, yeah, honestly, usually I would care a lot and I would get really upset. But like in that case, I just didn't care at all. I was just so done with GoldenEye and done with speedrunning that like I was actually relieved when Carl got 46 because it kind of meant that I wouldn't have to go for it. It meant that like it wasn't like unfinished business for me to go for. So I was pretty happy, and I'm happy I got 46. Good record, still untied. There are some rumors swirling around that someone has tied 46, and it'll be revealed in the upcoming Kapap 4 Unhoard video. But I mean, these are just unfounded rumors, so we shouldn't take those too heavily, I suppose. Tough to dupe, it is. It's a good run, and I mean, we'll see. We'll see who's the first to tie 46, if it ever happens. Yeah, I kind of think Kapap 4 is never going to happen. I think it's just an elaborate ruse, and the boys are just having a laugh about it. Alright, next up is this amazing record, Bunker 1, Secret Agent 20 Seconds by Ace. I did a SpeedLore of this about a year ago. Ace's white whale of a time. Literally took him 10 years on and off of playing. You can see got the 21 April 08, and he went for 20 on and off that entire time. And I mean, it's just a beautiful run, so let's take a look. Snipe, 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 snipe. Jeez. Oh my god, every single camera is like first shot. Absolutely beautiful. Bunker 1. Secret Agent 20 Seconds. Yeah. 7 shots. Literally, one shot for each of the first 3 cameras and the headshot. And then one burst KF7 fourth camera. It's like, this run defies logic. It's like you couldn't draw up a more perfect run, which is, I mean, maybe why he took 10 years to get it. This one's still untied. It'd probably be untied for... I can't see anyone going for it. Like, maybe Clemens, if he got in the mood to, like, pwn Ace, would go for it. But 2 boosts there. Perfect warp. Just magnificent. It's one of those records I remember where I was when it happened. I was at the cabin, hanging out. And it's still pretty cool up there that time of year, May. And I left the stream going, but I was away from the stream. And I heard Ace come on the mic and shout, all excited. And came back and saw him rewatch the run and give analysis, and that's really funny stuff, yeah. Great run by Perfect Ace. That one's like one of the best, as good of a run as it can possibly get. Alright, next up, July 8th, 2018. Carl was playing Surface 2 Agent, there was new stuff discovered.
That has to be too early, right? Like a frame too early? Is that gonna... That looks like the trajectory is going straight to that computer.
It would look really good. That throw looked really good. It did look about a frame early. So you use control style 1.2.
I've hit the mine like 4 times.
You throw the mine from like 10 miles away.
And the thing is, I'm never detonating it late.
And then you open the door from above, which was what basically made 46 possible here.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty good line.
So here's the throw. Detonate. Objective A completed.
Oh, this could be it! This could be it! Come on. This could be it. I don't know, there's so much hype, I don't know, holy Yes! Yes! I'm a hero! Absolute hero! Yes! Yes. Holy Wow. Oh man.
Four Agent Untieds, nobody else has any.
Maybe.
Pretty good way to put it. It's like, how did he not become dual champ? It's like unbelievable. He got the most world records. He got first on the world record leaderboards, but
Hell, dude.
not in the points.
I'm hyped. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, he's still perfect dark champion right as we speak.
Holy sh**.
Unbelievable, 46, and yeah. So this, it was like long speculated that a different throw would be needed for 46. One where you like crouched then uncrouched an Arlene all at the same time, a super uncrouch Arlene. But it turned out it wasn't needed. What was needed was this strat, which Henrik knew for like 10 years, like at least 5 years, where you can open the door from above. And so it's obviously faster to open the door from above and have the door mostly open by the time you get there. And yeah, the normal double Arlene throw with the door from above was enough for 46. So amazing stuff from Carl. 4 Agent Unties at once. Is hard to believe and certainly hard to match, and I want to say it's like something that maybe will never happen again. It's unlikely for anyone else to get to hold 4 Agent Untieds at the same time. I mean, I guess it could happen, but would be insane. I mean, what I'm always surprised by is how many people have the record 46 on Surface 2. It's like already 10 people have it, which like seems like so many. And it's kind of like uncommon names. Like, okay, Carl's known, Wotus is known, but a lot of these guys like aren't even in the top 50, I want to say, you know? But yet they have Surface 2 Agent 46, which is really, really impressive. Yeah, Mike Mint being on number 1 on the leaderboards is insane. 47 Secret Agent is like more insane. It's like so ridiculous. But I think that was set in 2017. Man, going for 46 Secret Agent would just be madness. Because the 47 Secret Agent doesn't use the door open from above, I don't think. And so it's like, imagine going for door open on Secret Agent where you need to use a grenade Oh, you can't. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't really because you have to throw the mine. I mean, maybe you could. It's something that kind of has to be tested a little more. But because objective B is to throw a mine on the helicopter, it kind of messes with the timing that you would want to use. Like, you throw the mine, could you open the door from above, and would it save time still? Hard to know. So 46 like might not be possible on Secret Agent. Anyways, 46 is possible on Agent. Carl got it last year, and now 10 people have followed his lead. The next Untied was this Madman Graviton, July 2018. Keen to Never Arlene Again. I mean, this one's crazy because, like, some of you will remember when I got 32 as a record, and then he has lowered it to 28. He got 30, 29, 28. He might have got 31 as well. I mean, he stopped at 29 for a while, and then he went, okay, I'm going to go get 28 now, and he did. So instead of using the strategy that is used for 32, he does one where he's like double leaning the two far drones. On 32, you're single leaning all the drones. So that's easy, that's a single lean, and now these are double leans. Double lean 1, you have to hope you're not going to get boosted there, double lean 2. So it's like really absurd. They have to hope that it blows up in time. It has to be like a second cycle blow up. 28 seconds. So it's like when the grenade explodes, it kind of explodes in pulses. Like, blows up is the first pulse, then it kind of comes back, second pulse, comes back, third pulse. And in order to get 28, you have to hope that the last drone blows up at the second pulse, which means you need a pretty accurate throw. I believe Grav says 27 is possible, but it would require a first pulse last drone. So, like, you have to be you have to be precise beyond belief. Yeah, the fourth pulse can probably blow it up as well. Well, there was a guy who came pretty close to tying it, even though it's, like, still that much untied. I know Ace tweeted it out, so I'm just going to look up Ace's Twitter and find the insane. Wally nearly ties. Let's see this clip.
Usually you get shot and the nade goes flying. Yeah, I'll try.
Oh, the battery almost missed.
Oh!
Like, you could see how... See, this is actually a really good example, is, the third pulse probably would have blown up that last drone. But he exited after 2 pulses, which you need for 28. That boost was after last nade. Like, it looked accurate enough. Like, one more second, one more pulse probably would have blown up.
I gotta rewatch it to see if I can work out where the second one was.
Yeah, really wild, really amazing attempt there. You see it through the... Yeah, it is clever how Wally turns there to see it through the plane window, to, like, see how close he is to getting it. Yeah, that was only a month ago. But the 20's still untied. We can watch the live clip of Grav getting it. Well, Bitcoin was only 6,300 back then. Pretty insane. Although it's heading towards there right now as we speak. It's having a hard time. This is also a level where you can complete it like on the final frame, and so you get the timeout saved glitch. And so 28 was likely to have that.
Oh! Yes! Yeah! Yes! It's over, dude. It's over, dude. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over.
But yeah, it didn't. Time saved, which is really cool. It makes the record feel better. So, amazing stuff. 28, 4-second Untied. It's the biggest Untied in the game on one of the shortest levels, which is, like, pretty unbelievable if that's the case. And people clearly seem to be able to contend for 28 nowadays. Someone could tie it. It could happen. But it's one of those things that, like, could either happen anytime now, or it could happen, like, it could stay untied for, like, 5-10 years. It really could. It could get to longest stay untied territory. Or Wally could nail it tomorrow, so. Wally had a battery fail be complete. Was it 28 seconds, Wally? I would believe it if it was 28 seconds. So a 32... Okay, we'll watch a 32 in comparison, just for fun. I don't want to watch mine. We'll watch Walton's. It should be... Oh, it has music, but it's okay. We muted. You'll see what happened. Was it 30? Yeah, okay. So the 32 is like... You're using a different strategy where you're... Instead of doing the double leans in left strafe, you're doing single leans in right strafe. And Grav says it's like harder. It's like just as hard. The beginning's the same. So that drone is the same, and the battery throw is the same. But he says that like the double leans are pretty much the just as the same difficulty as the single lean right strafes for 32. So he recommends people just go straight for the 28 strat, but I don't necessarily agree with that. But I mean, you know, he's the one with the Untied, with the 4-second Untied, so maybe he's right. But it is kind of also amazing how no one else has 32. Like, you know, this was last year, you got 28. I got 32 last year. No one else has even come close. Like, a few people have 34. This Riley Burke character, Hot Coldman, I didn't know he had 34. That's insane. That's recent, too. That was a couple days ago. So a lot of newer players have 34 and 35, but not 32 or 28, certainly. It could happen. I think within the next year or two, someone will get between 32 and 28. Maybe multiple people. So yeah. Who knows, though? Will Grav have a 4-second Untied by the end of 2020? Could be. Alright, up next is this Aztec Agent 123 by Wotus. Now, I don't think I've ever watched this whole video. It's like 5 minutes long. And, you know, maybe, you know, for YouTube I can't watch the whole thing, but I mean, you know what? Let's give it a go. I've never seen it. I'm curious. Wotus got this time in July 2018. Let's see what he did with the video for his Untied World Record. choked run. Well, I like the vintage VCR, man. That's cool stuff. See, I was thinking about going to Cap 5. I think that'd be fun. $123. Oh, he's using 2.4. That strafe change would be so hard on 2.4. Really sandbag. That's interesting. I should buy one of them. Low health. The glass, perfect run to glass. That's really insane, man. I haven't seen that vid before. Yeah, the vents were pretty good. The vents were good. Honestly, I wasn't paying enough attention to the vents. They were good. They were decent. They were more than satisfactory. Really good run. The only, like, mistake, I would say, or thing that could be improved was right at the beginning. So he shoots a bunch of times. I believe it's to lure boosts from these guards, and he ends up getting back boosted. So it ended up not working out for him. So he starts at full speed, but he gets, like, immediately back boosted. Oh, and he kills the guard, though. He gets... I don't have enough experience with 2.4 in this level to know. But it looks like you could have a better start with less back boosts. It's like, would that be enough for 122? Like, maybe it would. Although, getting the AR-33 worked really well for him there. So yeah, I'm not experienced enough with this level this way to comment if lower is possible. I mean, you know, it looks at a glance like 122 probably is possible with like a perfect start, but like that's so rare. And then to get everything else come together and finish is pretty much not going to happen. Yeah, I guess like there's a couple places where he could have got boosted but didn't. That's true too. So yeah, I mean like maybe even 121 is possible, like in theory, with the absolute perfect godly run. But yeah, those vents are good, man. He went a bit too deep into the drone hall there, but like playing those two guards was pretty smart. He didn't like rush away when he shot the one, which some people instinctively do. Yeah, low health, right? So you might not have survived the survived a boost. So like the run might have been perfect as is. Untied World Record set on July 14, 2018. Pretty amazing stuff. And Wotus's second Untied World Record. I believe that's correct. And like that, you're getting multiple Untied records solidifies your legacy as a top player. Like, there are a lot of people who have come along and played the game in the past few years, more than ever, and there aren't many people who have achieved multiple Untied World Records. So if you can do that, you're pretty good, for sure. And Bonus now has the 4th most world records in the game, and is ranked 3rd. So pretty impressive stuff. Pretty insane world record. And the summer would carry on with more heat, more action, more Untied World Records. Before we get to the next Untied, we have to check out a couple runs. So first, this happened. Ilu got this time on Surface 200. The world record was 124 by Boss. Boss, I got insane Untied, and Ilu was trying to tie it. And Ilu finally would tie it with this run. So let's take a look at this run. This is July 28. So he gets a grenade. First clip camera. Like, you're shooting a camera from so far away there, it's absolutely insane. Going to the second camera here. Beautiful snipes. Going to the third camera. Pretty good, 3 shots. He's gonna throw the grenade here. Camera through the window is what's the new strategy there. People normally would go inside the hut, inside the building, and shoot that camera from inside, but through the window wasn't known to be a thing, but it was considered too laggy.
This is it.
But Ilu went for it. He wanted the record. He wanted to save some time. He went for it.
I don't know though. Not so safe with the third camera.
It's true. It was kind of safe.
Yes! 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 Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Finally, you let some light into the room.
So, pretty good run by Ilu. I mean, just watching that run, it kind of made me think, like Ilu, myself to some extent, Boss. Boss was the one who untied 124 in 2016. It stood untied for 2 years. So I'm thinking, like, Ilu, Boss, and myself, we are getting older and washed up. But, like, every now and then you can still make, like, one epic record. You know, it, like, takes us longer. We're not as frequent. We can't be there on every level, but, like, we still have those bursts of brilliance. So, there you go. Ilu got this, but then Clemens was like, I'm gonna go for lower. And in August 2nd, Clemens got this run. And Clemens has historically had the record for like 9 or 10 years on this level. Untied. I'm gonna dig up the list of Clemens' untieds on this level. It's actually like shocking. Clemens untied 128 in 2007, and then 126. 128, 127.
That's pretty slow.
126 and 08 was untied for 4 years.
No.
125 was untied for another 4 years. He got in 2012. So whenever someone like ties him on the level, he pretty much gets the untied. I'm surprised he was mad at the first camera clip because it was a two-shot third camera.
Might still be pissed.
The first camera was like one clip, right? So it's not bad, even though he says it's still slow. A guard threw a
Plus he pulled
grenade
an
there.
8.
Causes even more lag.
Oh my god.
That was insane, though. That was like first shot through the window.
Amazing run. Come on. Yes. Please be it. Please.
It was like
Please
one...
end this sorcery.
That last camera shot was so insane.
Oh my god, that was amazing, dude. It's done. It's done. Yes. 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 Yes.
Insane stuff by Clemens. Yeah, I want to see the first camera again. I'm sure it was like fine. Yeah, I mean, I can see what he was saying. Like, the shots were a little bit laggy, but it's not so bad. That one was fine. The third camera was pretty good. Two shots. Like, that's pretty good.
Might still be pissed.
Because you can kind of see, like, you have to land. Like, Bond has to kind of land and stop. So if you hit it on the first shot, you're kind of hitting it while you're, like, still falling. You see how you kind of fall there? And then a guard pulls a grenade, which causes lag. And then the reason people didn't do this strat in the first place, where you shoot through the window, was because of the lag from your grenade.
Of course he pulled an 8.
So it's double nade, double lag.
Oh my god.
And Clem still nails a first shot. Fourth camera for Objective A. Really, really insane. And yeah, I mean, okay, so that was Untied last year. Ace, as some of you will know, recently became champion again. He got a 126 and posted flawless run, not sure how 123 is even possible. And then a couple days later, he posted 123. And this is like a couple days ago. Ace uses a lot of new strategies here, which save a lot of time. And you're gonna see how much different of a run this is. Well, it's only one new strategy, but he uses a couple old strategies that lose time. Look, he's going for either grenade, because it, like, this strategy saves so much time, it doesn't matter. He can have an unoptimal nade pickup. Watch this first camera. Two clip first camera. Yeah, I think the Anderson angle second camera isn't like that much slower. I think it's like hardly anything, if at all, or not that much faster. But yeah, he shoots through the building. Now watch this. So you can get the third camera from there. That's new. That's a new discovery. It saves so much time. He can afford into the... He can afford to go into the building to destroy the last camera. Chucks the mine. Warps. 123. Yeah, that makes sense, Clemens. So the Alex Anderson angle second camera is better if you do if you have a worse first camera, 2 clips, because your angle is going to be a little bit different. But yeah, the fact that this is 123 is just insane. 2 clip first camera, and then going inside the building, but like that loses so much time. But the second the third camera new strategy is just insane. So instead of going all the way to the third cabin, you go here and you shoot. It's like almost it's almost a joke that this is possible. But it made 123 much, much easier. Yeah, that's true, Clemens. But the thing is, like, if we look at the Surface 2 00 Agent, rather, world record history, you can see, like I was saying, Clemens untied 129 in 06, then 128 in 07, then 127 in 07. Now that 127 was originally claimed by Henning and has later been purged, that's why Clemens lowered his own untied again. But this is how the history books show it now. Oh, he didn't get the 129 was Cervone, so disregard that. Clemens got 128, April 07, 127, December 07, 126, January 08. Untied for 4 years. Mark ties 126. Clemens gets 125 immediately. Untied for 4.5 years. Boss gets 124. Lou and Clem get it, and then Clem gets 123, untied for a year. So, what's insane is if we look at this page called the Combined Duration Untied, Clemens has had the untied on Surface 2 00 for 3,765 days, which is more than 10 years. So think about that. Clemens has been unmatched on Surface 2 00 for more than 10 years. Unbelievable. I can't help but see Ogran creeping up on streets here. That's pretty crazy. Wow, what a madman. Someone's got to tie that. That's a different story. So that's the recent saga with Surface 2 00, and that's like the new strategies. Mind-blowing. I was like, man, is this enough to like whip up a video about? But I just don't think it is enough to do like an entire video on. And I guess I'm talking about it here in this SpeedLore, so people who watch SpeedLore will find out about this new strategy on Surface 2 00. And yeah, I mean, you can see Clemens saying that he wants to go... Clemens wants to untie it again. He's the king of Surface 2 00. No one in GoldenEye history has dominated a level as much as Clemens has dominated Surface 2 00. And now, this strategy, he could get another untied. And if Clem gets to like 120, 121, 119, who knows how long that could be untied for, maybe another 10 years. 118er bust, you heard it here first. Clemens wants 118 on Surface 2 00 Agent. That's pretty insane. And it's doable. That's what's even more insane. It's doable. Alright, so we're halfway through the Untieds of 2018. The next number I've either discussed recently in SpeedLore or in video, so we're actually going to probably move through the next few quicker. But here we go. Hayden King, relatively unknown player. What's he ranked even? Ranked 57th. Somehow got Egypt Secret Agent and Egypt 00 Agent 44 seconds. The guy is an absolute madman. Nobody knows how he does it. He hasn't been heard of much since. Some people think he's hoarding for Kapap 4 and he may become the champion of the game after the Unhoard. That might be a little bit of a wishful estimation, but I mean, the guy is really good. Amazing shot. To do the pillar strafe there is so fussy. You slip off the pillar so easily. And to do it with two controllers that Hayden's doing here, I cannot describe how challenging that is. And then he needs a headshot in the last Baron, and he needs the best death on the last Baron, all of which he gets. It might have been like the second best death, but it was still good enough for 44. I honestly can't believe that he gets these times. A couple days later, he follows it up with 44 on 00 Agent. which took him like a 3-minute session, I believe. So it's like, if this guy's getting untieds that are insanely difficult in 3 minutes, and as some believe he's been hoarding for a year, there's almost no way he isn't champion. If he's in Capap 4 and he's been playing all year long, I would be stunned if he's not top 10. Stunned. He needs the headshot and a really fast death here. And he gets it. Egypt double agent, 44 seconds. These were in August. 2-minute session, it's over. That's what it says. 2-minute session, it's over. Stunning. The definition of hoarding is when you're playing, like, off-stream, and you save up a bunch of times. So, like, let's say, for example, that Hayden... Like, look at all these times on his page he doesn't have. So let's say... And let's look at his PR history. So Hayden hasn't played on paper since October 2018. Do we think that's really true, or do we think it's not true? So let's say he's been playing for the past year off-stream without telling anyone, and he's played Train, and he's played Jungle and Control, and Silo, and he has, like, top 10 times, and he's going to reveal them all later. So it's like, hoarding is when you're saving up times, and you're going to release them all later. Just similar to how hoarding in real life is like when you have a lot of stuff in your house, and you just keep it. So you're keeping your times to yourself, only to reveal them later on. Well, moving on from this insane speculation about Hayden King, who may be the best GoldenEye player to ever play the game, we have another amazing... Well, we're back to the Carl Jobst Untieds. September 3rd, 2018. Carl got Bunker 116. Insane run. Bunker 117 was originally set by Wouter in 2003, so this had been the record for 15 years. It was getting close to Dam 53 age, and Carl wanted to take out, like, the next fastest, the next oldest world record, which he did. One of the big keys was this, where he slaps Boris while picking up the GoldenEye key. That was a big key. Boost. You need 2 boosts after you unpause. It's just the run is just unbelievably good. Yeah, I did a speed news about it. There's the speed news. How did Carl get Bunker 116? Let's take a look at the oldest records here. Let's pull this up. Longest standing. Yeah, so Bunker 117 was, like, encroaching on Dam 53 territory. So Carl wanted to beat it before it passed Dam 53. It's insane that Carl has defeated the 4 oldest records that have been defeated. Since then, though, Runway 22 has taken over, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to get 21 anytime soon. But yeah, Carl really wanted the 16, and he got it. Very impressive. Carl, though, did have this rivalry with Clemens. And sometime this year, Clemens tied the 16.
It's so hard to beat for us.
Which is impressive because the record is really, really insane, and we'll watch Clemens's...
Why is it so hard to get that door?
16. Clemens has an insane boost out the door, so it's like, same thing, slap Boris, pick up the GoldenEye key, boost to the guard.
I'm actually in there.
He needs 2 more boosts here, and he gets the boost out the door as well, which is absolutely mad. Stunning.
I don't know if this is a chance. I mean, that was, like, pretty decent run, right?
Twitch has been around since, like, late 2011, I think.
I need to get mega boosted. Like, I gotta on-pause, and I gotta get, like, mega boosted. Like, I gotta get, like, boost after boost. It has to be insane, because I only got one boost to the pause, so I guess we'll see what happens.
2 boosts.
Oh my god, that ending was insane! Holy sh**. What the f*** is that, man? Yes! 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 Yes, dude. Oh my god. What the f*** is that, man? Holy sh**. Oh my god! What the f***, man? What the f*** was that? I caked it, dude. I caked it. No way. No f***ing way, dude. Dude, I just got 16, holy sh**. I caked it.
It's like you're basically hoping to get... You almost always get 2 boosts at the start here when you pause. Like 1 boost, 2 boosts. That's almost every time. Then you're hoping to get a boost to the door as you're pausing, and then 2 more.
Holy Alright. I'm paused. I got 1 boost to the pause, so I guess we'll see what I don't know if this is a chance. I mean, that was like a pretty decent run, right?
I think Clem calls it like a mega boost, which it's pretty much when you get consecutive boosts, they kind of stack, so they're better. Like 2 boosts in a row is better than 2 unique boosts, so you need like a mega boost like that. Yeah, 3 boosts to the glass door are needed. Well, so there is this interesting thing where I just found this run. This is a run from about a month ago by a newer player to the game, Corey May. But it shows a new strategy. And I think Carl played around with it. I think Clemens played around with it too. You'll see what happens here. It's very interesting. And a lot of newer guys have gotten 17 with it. So you run to the door, you open it, then you pause, you switch to 2.4, and then you analyze and throw the key in the fade. And it completes. So some people think 16 might be easier this way. It's certainly made it a lot easier for people to get 17, especially new people. So Clem put 2 weeks into the new strat, got a 17.0, then he got the 16 old strat in like an hour. So yeah, it's hard to say which is faster for sure, which is better, but that's a very interesting strategy here. And I think we will maybe see people get 16 with the strat. I think it'll happen. Alright, up next we have the Cradle records. Yeah, I went into great detail with these in its own video about a year, hardly that's been a year ago. I mean, these are really cool. We'll just watch them all. Not too much to add here. But it was discovered at a point when, you know, the old Cradle strategy involved shooting Trevelyan, shooting the drone and Trevelyan at the same time. Like, shooting the drone, it blows up. You shoot Trevelyan at the same time that the flames are damaging him, so the damage stacks and he dies. It's enough to kill him. Then you go and kill the console yourself. You blow it up yourself. The new strategy was discovered in September of last year, where if you're lucky, Trevelyan will also drop a grenade during that process. And if you're luckier, the grenade will roll towards the consoles and blow them up. And so you can just run to the end. And Timmy... It was like so many people were playing the game this night, trying to get the Untied, and Timmy just happened to be the one to get the Untied. And he was a newer player, and His first, a good player though. He's like 30th, top 30, top 40. So a decent player for sure. And for this to be his first Untied, to beat everybody trying to get the Untied that night is amazing.
That's right.
I remember Timmy just like chilled on stream for 2 hours. This post end screen is 2 hours long. He was so stunned. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those super rare nights. Like, you can imagine the night that, say, the Ganondorf Wrong Warp was discovered in Ocarina of Time. Every single person was streaming, playing, going for the world record. And it was very similar here. Like, every single GoldenEye player was going for Cradle 33, trying to be the guy who got the completion first. And it just so happened it was Timmy. Timmy's ranked 19th. He's a top 20 player. And I mean, I know he's like retired. He announced his retirement with Mark Rutsu. So, I mean, he's a good player. It's almost like the rush to compete in to complete the Untied with a new strategy is similar to like all the top players at like a major tournament in golf or tennis. And like usually it's going to be one of the top 10 players who wins. But like sometimes it'll be like that guy who's like ranked 20th. And that was the case on this night, and it was really special. And everyone kind of just came in and hung out in Timmy's chat, and it was a really cool time. And I obviously rushed to make the video. Actually, I think what happened is I was working on the Speed News video about Carl's Bunker 116, and then Timmy got this as I was finishing that video. I must have had I had a bunch of GoldenEye streams open as I was finishing the video, and Timmy got this, and I put like this, emergency alert at the end of that video announcing that the new strategy had been discovered, and then I just rushed the next 3 days to make the Cradle video. That's what it was like. Yeah, funny times, man, good times. And that was like the peak. That was like the peak of the community, I would say. It was everyone was in it together, playing, having a good time. We had a lot of fun at that time last year. And so Timmy got the 33, amazing. Everyone was happy for him, and the race would shift to Secret Agent and 00 Agent. Well, 1 day would pass, 2 days would pass, 3 days would pass. No one could complete the time on 00 Agent or Secret Agent, even though I think at this point other people had tied Agent already. They tied Agent really, really quick. Let's see. Clemens got the next day. Irie, Wotus, Carl, Boss, Gus all got 33 Agent in this time frame, but no one had untied the other two difficulties yet. But that would change on September 11, 2018. Clemens got this run on Cradle 00 Agent. 4.5 hours into the session, he killed Trev 8 times, had 2 nade drops. Finally, he got this.
Yeah, and the sad thing is I've actually had like decent Trev kill consistency today. It's just I haven't gotten a nade that'll actually do anything.
8 Trev kills in a night is insane.
When you actually have good Trev kill consistency and you're still not getting a nade, it's pretty cool. I think it was a slow trout. I think it's 34. Oh my god! Yes! Haha! Yeah! I'm a f***ing legend. I'm the Cradle legend, dude. I am the f***ing Cradle legend.
You got it. Amazing. I mean, so that's kind of what I was saying, right? Is like, usually it's going to be one of the top players who gets the Untied when everyone is rushing 4-1 with a new strategy. And in this is the case. Clemens delivered on it, which shows how good he is, really. It does. And that same night, I think it was only like half an hour later, we would see the next 33. Secret Agent was the last difficulty for it. And Irie Butler, the dab master, closing in on the top 10. So another rising player. Kind of in, if you took like a middle ground between Clemens and Timmy, you would get someone around the rank of Irie. And he was looking for his first Untied, grinding hard, got this run. He even calls it in the bottom left, Untied World Record dedicated to Tim Tams. He knew he was going for it. Clemens got a 33 on Agent first try. That's pretty insane. That console blow is so nuts.
Yes! 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 Untied World Record. Yes. That's right. Redemption. Redemption, dude. Redemption, dude. Thanks, Hados. Thanks, everyone. Oh my god.
Well, Hados was in there. I'm stunned to see Hados in chat. I don't know if I've ever seen Hados in a chat room.
Oh
I mean, pretty insane. And there you go, Irie with the Cradle Secret 33, amazing world record, Untied world record. As you would imagine a top 10 potential player would deserve, finally nail that Untied record and show they belong in the game, they belong at that rank. And yeah, I mean, there were still lots of people going for 33 that night, and he was the one to nail it. So pretty good stuff coming through in the clutch. If we look at the Cradle records here, we can see now, look, 20 people have Cradle 33 Agent, which is a lot. But on Secret and Double Agent, it's only these four. Irie, Clem, Wotus, and Carl. Wotus was second in both. When did Carl get these? So September 2018. So that's what's insane, right? There was this massive rush to get Cradle 33. And within 3 weeks, it had blown over completely. You know? No one else has got 33 since, which is kind of crazy. On those difficulties, at least. I mean, look how many people had gotten 33 Agent within a few weeks. There's Callie, you know, less than a month later, and he's like, what, the 15th person to get it? Pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I've fired up the console and, like, played Cradle for 5 minutes and be like, honestly, dude, I just don't care. Like, I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to just cake 33 and, like, gain 23 points and, like, hopscotch over Jimbo? Wouldn't that be fun? And, like, I play for 5 minutes, I'm like, sorry, guys, I'm done. I just can't speedrun. Mike Mint was close to 33 on Secret Double O Agent. Yeah, I think in the next year or two we'll see more 33 Secret Double O Agents. Like 7 points is non-negligible for top players. Like if Luke wants to make a run to take champion back, that's easy points for him. Ace could cement the lead. You know, there's a lot of guys like there's a lot of guys with potential to get 33. That's for sure. Wow, Dusky got this a couple months ago. Wow, quite the comment. Yeah, fun stuff. The Cradle 33 stuff was pretty crazy. See, the thing is, it used to be not that bad, but like, I just feel like with this strategy, it's like unplayable. It's kind of nice these days to like play the. I saw there was a good thread on the forums. You know, what do you listen to while playing? What do you watch while playing? Nowadays, it's kind of what you do. You kind of hang out. You put on a podcast or a YouTube video. You play GoldenEye. You're kind of, you know, and yeah, just. Cradle, you would think Cradle's the perfect level to do that with, and yet it's just not. It's just terrible to play. I lasted 5 minutes playing it, so. All right, next record. There's 2 more Untieds of the year. There's 3 more videos I'm going to show. One of the oldest standing Untieds ever was Jungle Secret Agent 53 by Ace. Set in June 08, tied by Ilu 6 years later, August 2014. After Ilu tied it, a few others also tied it. Luke, Wotus, and Carl. Carl tied the 53 in October 2018, and for some reason I will never know why, he kept playing.
How can this be 2D?
This wasn't a level that I ever imagined anyone would go for the Untied on. 53 was like... 53 is not only the longest Untied ever, but it's also one of the longest standing. Yeah, see, it's in the top 10 longest standing ever. It's like a insane world-class world record. One of the best world records ever set.
It can't be 2D, man. It is 3D.
Why did Carl go for 52? I don't know. But he did, and he got this run.
But we have legit 3D models.
So that throw was new. Don't change strafe, just look up and throw.
Sprites, and then the walls are like just pictures.
Really insane Xenia. So that throw's not that new, but like fairly new. You avoid a back boost from the drone going up the ladder there. A boost warp.
Oh, could be it. I don't know, man. Yes! I did it! What the?
I don't know how this time is possible.
Holy shit, man. What the? Oh my god. Oh shit. Man.
Absolutely insane. 52 Secret Agent. Clemens and him, like I said, they had a bit of a rivalry going on. And so Clemens was like, okay, you got 52 Secret Agent, I'm gonna go play Double Agent. The record was 54. Carl had not yet got 54 00. He was going for 49 Agent for some reason. It was like, dude, you got 52 Secret Agent, you could go for 53 00, get the 2 Untieds. But he was like so enticed by 49 Agent that he didn't bother. And then Clemens went and used some of the new stuff. See, that second mine throw was the big key to not change strafe, whether you're doing it the Carl lookup way or the Clemens quickly spin and throw way. Look how low health Clem has. Nice throw. Warp. No back boost. Dude, one hit. Double boost ending. Yeah, I mean, this time is just, like, actually insane. I mean, they're both I mean, any Untied is insane. Jungle Double Agent 53. Unbelievable time by Clemens, and like Jungle, along with Train, is one of the levels where PAL is the ideal version to play on. You know, it's not like it saves a million seconds and it's like only viable on PAL, but the fact that Clemens got this on NTSC Japanese, which is like, you know, it's not as bad as NTSC English, but it's not PAL. But getting 53 on that version is, like, even more insane, I would say. I mean, some people think Japanese is pretty much just as good as PAL, but I mean, no, it's absolutely insane. Yeah, 1.2, a lot of people play 2.x on Jungle now, which also blows my mind. These new guys coming along, playing with 2 controllers on every level, just... I get Depot and Streets, I get it. But Jungle, guys? Jungle? What are you doing? But of course, Clemens doesn't even need the 2.3. He goes ham on 00, 53. Insane. And then this kind of set up the further Carl-Clem rivalry on Jungle, because Carl did get Jungle Agent 49 in early 2019. I don't want to leak too far into 2019. This is the last Untied of 2018, by the way, that you've just witnessed. And so it's kind of this insane, like, oh, Carl has Secret Agent, Clem has 00, who's gonna get Agent? And Clem actually posted that he got Agent and posted on the rankings, Agent 49 Untied, without actually getting it. He lied. He faked a speedrun. But, like, not really fake, because he didn't, like, make a fake video. He just, posted a time he didn't have on the rankings. And it's like, where does that land in the terms of fakery and debauchery in speedrunning? Is it as bad as faking a run? Is lying about a run, is saying, oh, I got this record, guys, is that as bad as... Where is it? Yeah, where is it on the spectrum of speedrun cheatery? I don't know. But Carl... No, it wasn't April Fool's, because Carl got 49 in January 2019, and Clemens posted the 49, like, well before then. He posted as an Untied, when he didn't get the Untied. And it was removed, like, within a day. But yeah, eventually, Carl would get 49 Agent, Clem would tie it, and Clem would also tie 52 Secret Agent. And I just thought this was a reasonable place to leave the end of the SpeedLore as a tease into 2019 and beyond.
Not make any logical sense.
Everyone does silly things sometimes, Clem. I know, it was just a troll. It was a troll. Everyone was max troll in that time.
Oh my god, let's go.
Look at that Xenia.
Are you kidding me? I got trolled again.
I guess the weapon switching was like laggy, you didn't take out the right weapon or something. Boost. Warp.
Ridiculous. What? 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 Are you guys kidding me right now? What? 52? I caked it, dude.
Yeah, so what ended up happening here was, like, the jungle rankings. So, like, Carl was in a position where he could have had a shot at the Untied sweep. He had 49 agent, 52 secret agent, and, like, 52 double is probably possible, though it would be insane. And then Clemens tying 52 secret agent eliminated that possibility, because, like, you're not, like, 51 isn't happening anytime soon. And then Clem would later tie 49 agent as well. And I mean, what's interesting is that, like, Clem has the 300 sweep, and Carl still has 57 double O down there, which is kind of wild, kind of shocking. That old of a run, 2014. It's like, he could probably cake 54, 53, like, 54 would be like a first completion for him on this level, probably. But, yeah, he just lost interest in jungle, I suppose. Now he's playing silo agent all day. But, yeah, so that's the story of jungle and the Untieds that were set there in 2018. No Untied sweep to be seen anymore. So, those were all the Untied records set in 2018. Isn't that insane? 16 Untied World Records, each one taking 1 second off. No 2-second Untieds. The last 2-second Untied was actually Luke's Aztec 00 in 2017, mid-2017. So it's been a while since there's been a 2-second Untied. And look, now we're all the way into September of 2019. There have been 10 Untieds this year. We're on pace for a similar year. Will we get to 16 this year? Who knows? Only time will tell. But these were indeed the 16 Untied World Records that were set in the year 2018. So there you go. That was the special bonus 2018 SpeedLore recap episode. My friends, I hope you all enjoyed it. And especially those who kept asking me all year, when are you going to do the 2018 recap? I hope you guys enjoyed it the most. And I hope you all got to reflect and learn about some of the epic world records set last year. Alright, we'll be back in only a couple days with the next true SpeedLore Bunker 2 Secret Agent. I'm going to go put that one together. Stay true, my friends, and I'll see you guys then.